Are you ready to break free from the doubts and limits holding you back? Welcome to Embrace Your Value, where therapy meets coaching to help you unlock your true worth and take control of your life.
Hi, I'm Kristen, a trauma therapist dedicated to helping you heal, break old patterns, and reclaim your power.
And I'm Jen, your support coach, here to show you how to set fierce boundaries, embrace self-compassion, and step boldly into the life you deserve.
So, whether you're stuck in self-doubt or feeling lost, know this: your value isn't up for negotiation. It's time to own it.
Every week, we tackle real issues that challenge, inspire, and empower you to live with purpose and confidence.
So, grab your favorite drink, take a deep breath, and let's get started.
Because you're not here to play small. It's time to embrace your value. Today's conversation feels really personal in the best way. We're talking about the things we wish someone had told us earlier in life. Not surface level advice, the deeper truths that would have changed how we viewed ourselves, relationships, healing, boundaries, all of it. Hey friends, welcome back to Embrace Your Value. I'm Jen Anderson, your beliefs and boundaries specialist. And of course, today I'm joined with our amazing resident trauma therapist, Kristen Burris.
Hi, everyone. So, Jen, I think these are the things that would probably have saved us years of confusion, guilt, overthinking, and emotional exhaustion.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of women listening are still carrying beliefs they inherited without questioning them. So today is less about having perfect answers and more about offering permission, perspective, and maybe even a little relief. Okay, Kristen, what's one thing you wish someone had told you much earlier in life?
Oh, this is a good one. That rest is allowed before burnout. I think so many women were taught to keep proving themselves constantly, keep producing, keep helping, keep going. And somewhere along the way, exhaustion became normalized.
Yeah, that one hits me hard because I think most of us genuinely don't know what rest feels like without guilt attached to it. It's like if we sit down, there's immediately this mental checklist running in the background.
Exactly. And chronic self-abandonment often looks productive from the outside.
One thing I wish I had learned younger is that someone else being upset does not automatically mean that I did something wrong.
That's huge, especially for women who grew up managing the emotional temperature of everyone around them.
Yes. I know I spent a lot of my life trying to prevent discomfort for everyone else. And honestly, when you do that long enough, you stop asking yourself how you feel entirely.
And that pattern can become so automatic that boundaries feel dangerous instead of healthy.
100%. I agree completely.
So here's another one. You can love people deeply without carrying their entire life on your shoulders.
Yeah, that one could be an entire episode all by itself.
Seriously, I think many women confuse love with overfunctioning. If someone is struggling, They step in immediately, fix it, solve it, rescue it. And over time, they can lose themselves in the process.
Yes. And I can tell you, I've lived this personally. I used to have a boss that told me to stop over functioning, and I didn't understand. I didn't get what he meant in that until I started doing this work. But I would always step in and take care of something if it needed to be taken care of. Just do those things, because when we come from, and I'm not blaming my family, so anybody who knows my family that's listening to this, that's not what this is. But coming from a family where there was addiction in it, even though it wasn't my parents, it was my older brothers, they had to take care of it. They were doing that. So I stepped in for the things that I needed, or the things that other people needed, or the things that maybe my mom needed help with. I just took that role on. And I became emotionally responsible for how everyone was feeling, keeping the peace. And I didn't understand it at the time. That's the thing. We don't know when we're doing it. We just do it. So we don't understand how heavy it becomes until we're exhausted and resentful. And that doesn't mean that everyone around us is bad and those people we helped out with were bad and they couldn't handle it. And it doesn't even mean that we're bad for doing it. It's just one of those things that we step in and we do. And then when we realize we can't do it anymore, we go, oh, that's what that was. So I was a long-winded story to just say that there's a lot around all that. And when we step in and take on everyone else's capacity, everyone else's, like we try to fix everything, it just doesn't always work. And another thing that I wish I had learned sooner is just because a thought is loud doesn't mean it's true. Just because it's in your head and it keeps repeating doesn't mean that's true. That's the story.
Absolutely. And the stories lie to us. So many women have internalized criticism for years and years. And eventually that voice starts sounding so familiar that they then start mistaking it for reality.
Yes, especially perfectionistic women. Women who are dependable, capable, successful. The outside world often praises us for being those things, for the very coping mechanisms that are quietly hurting us.
Exactly. High functioning does not always mean emotionally healthy. I also wish more people understood that healing isn't a straight line. You can have growth and grief existing together simultaneously. You can know better and still get triggered. You can make progress and still have hard days.
Yes, I preach this every day, all day, every day, and I'm sure you do too as well. Because this is one of the hardest things, is that a lot of times we feel like we're doing all the things, we should be so much further along, or we should know better by now. And sometimes that is the case. We still haven't learned the lesson that we needed to learn to get there. So I know one of the biggest things that I talk to women about is during a period of grief, and it's usually the death of a loved one, they don't understand how life goes on for everyone else. And life definitely goes on. You definitely get to be joyful in your sorrow. And that's one of the things that we work on a lot. And yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Yes. And 100% healing is not measured by perfection. Healing looks like maybe noticing the pattern faster, recovering more gently, speaking to yourself differently. I say to people all the time, what we're looking for is progress. Things like, do these episodes, are they shorter in duration? Are they less intensity? That's progress. that's healing.
And so the next one I want to talk about is you're allowed to change. This one feels really important because you're allowed to outgrow versions of yourself that once helped you survive. You don't have to stay stuck in that story.
Beautifully said. And I think women feel guilty when they start changing, when they stop people pleasing, over explaining. Definitely when they stop tolerating unhealthy dynamics.
Because people often expect you to stay who you've always been for their own comfort, not for yours. They want you to stay there for them. They may not understand that, but that's the underlying principle.
Exactly. But growth sometimes changes relationship dynamics. And that doesn't automatically mean you're doing something wrong.
One thing I hope women take from this episode, it's this. You do not have to keep abandoning yourself to be loved, needed, valuable, or worthy. I know on several different episodes, we've talked about you have value just by breathing air, just by being on this planet. And if you have never really bought into that, if you've heard us talking about it, or some of our guests have even brought it in, and you've not really believed that, hear that today. Understand that you really are a valuable member of society and you have worth just by being you.
And you don't have to become a completely different person, especially not overnight. Small moments of honesty matter. Honesty with yourself. Small boundaries matter. Small acts of self-trust definitely matter.
So we would love to hear from you after this episode. What's something you wish someone had told you earlier in life?
You can message us, comment on this, share this episode with someone who needs the reminder that they're allowed to take up space.
If today's conversation resonated with you, please subscribe, leave a review, 5 stars, and do share that podcast. It helps us to continue reaching women who need these conversations.
Yes. Thanks for listening to Embrace Your Value. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for being here with us today.
If today's episode hit home, don't just keep it to yourself. Subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Because everyone deserves to know their worth.
Next week, we're diving even deeper with more insights and tools to help you break free from limitations and live authentically.
Until then, keep raising your standards, owning your worth, and embracing your value.